We are back for another Vlogmas video, and today we're talking adult lunches. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another Vlogmas video, and in today's video we are talking adult lunches. So my name is Kiera if you are new, and every single Friday here on the channel I share what I pack my 3 kids and send them off to a public school for lunch. This Friday, however, I am not sharing one because we're on Christmas break, but New Year's Eve you guys are going to get a double whammy and 2 weeks worth of what my kids are eating for lunch on vacation. But there are 3 adults in this house and we need to eat lunch too. And so I have some clips here for some hot lunches that I've made and some cold lunches that I've made. And I figured I would share them with you guys, hopefully to give you some lunch inspiration. That is one meal that I feel like everybody needs inspiring for. There is such a wide variety of things to have for breakfast. And as long as you have Pinterest, you can make anything you need to make for dinner. But when it comes to lunch, I feel like that's where my brain always goes stagnant, because breakfast, dinner, they're pretty cut and dry, but lunch could really be either or. So I'm going to start off by sharing with you a lunch that I packed for my husband to take off to work. Now, he does work in a restaurant, but nobody ever wants to eat the same thing all day, every day. And so I like to send him with some food for him to eat just for a little change of pace. And on this day, I use some of the King's Hawaiian rolls. I like to use these for the kids for their sandwiches because it's easy for them to hold. But my husband says when he's busy at work, it's easy for him to just eat like one little bit at a time. So he likes them too. So I gave him 4 of the little King's Hawaiian rolls with the wine country chicken salad that I get from Trader Joe's. It really is unique because it has craisins in it. I've never had craisins in a chicken salad, but it's actually quite good. There's even some toasted pecans in there. It's a very sweet chicken salad. If you don't like that, then this wouldn't be the chicken salad for you, but we've actually really been enjoying it. So I packed him 4 of those little sliders, and then he has 1 of those Christmassy sugar frosted cookies from Walmart. He has a sandwich bag full of Cheez-Its, and then he also has a sandwich bag full of some fresh washed blueberries and blackberries. Now on to the next lunch, and this is a hot lunch for him. Daryl really enjoys croissants, and I like to use them for breakfast sandwiches. I get them at Costco, but sometimes he likes when I make a hot sandwich on it that is more of a lunch sandwich. So we had chicken cutlets that night before for dinner, and I had some left over, so I turned it into a club sandwich, which we all really love that. So I just melted a slice of American cheese and put 2 slices of bacon with a little bit of ranch dressing, and then put it on the croissant. So you can see there's even condensation in the bag because it was hot off the press. Now, if I was trying to keep it warm for a long period of time, I would have wrapped it differently, but he was going to eat that on the way to work, and then I just gave him a little bit of extras. So in that container is the deviled egg pasta salad, which I'm going to be sharing with you guys in a recipe video coming up really soon, right at the start of January. It's on my schedule for, and it is so delicious. You guys are going to love it. He's taking a bag of Doritos. He has a green Gatorade. He has one of those fruit cocktail cups that were heavy on the cherries. He has some of those peanut butter like Ritz crackers that I got from Aldi. And then he has one of those 7 days cake bars. I actually got a couple flavors from the Dollar Tree. They have 3 separate flavors and I was only able to score 2, but I've since seen them for $3 every single time that I go into Walmart, and they were not expired. So if you see them, grab them. This was the chocolate one and everybody seems to love this one, and they also loved the mixed berry one with the vanilla filling that I got. All right, on to another lunch for Hubs, and I packed him one of those Kirkland Chewy protein bars in the chocolate chip peanut butter. I get that from Costco. This was our very last Cheez-It Snapped bag, you guys. We are officially out of Cheez-Its. That was the cheddar, sour cream, and onion. This is the Knott's Berries Farm raspberry shortbread cookies. You guys, how long have we had those? Forever. Here's another one of those fruit cocktail cups with the heavy cherries. This was actually one of the things he picked as his mystery item. And then here is a slightly toasted wheat bread with some lettuce, tomato, and then some tuna salad with green apple, just the way hubby likes it. All right, now we're on to a hot lunch for me. And you guys, this is not a sponsored video. You know, I would have told you already if it was. I have done sponsored videos in the past for every plate, but you guys know that I also use them for recipes for myself. And this was one that was super easy. It took all of 15 or 20 minutes, and it was so damn delicious that I said, all right, when I do my adult lunch video, I'm sharing at least this one. So this is the pork sausage stuffed peppers. So anytime I've done stuffed peppers, I've done it with ground beef. I've never done it with pork sausage. So that was a really interesting way to like try something different. But then it was also made with quinoa. I've always only used rice, and quinoa just, it changed and elevated this recipe by, you don't even know. Like, that's why I'm sharing it, because the quinoa alone. So I diced up those 2 small onions, and then they only said like 6 cloves of garlic, and I did like 10. And then I cut the peppers in half, cored them, and then put them upside down on some parchment paper on a cookie sheet, and I rubbed the outside with a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper. Now you guys, here's a trick for cutting these peppers. I should have turned the camera on for that, but you're going to take your whole pepper, right? And you're just going to slice the top off with the core included, and then if you cut around the core and pull it out, that whole inside with all of the seeds and everything will come out in one shot, and then you're left with those little circles. And I throw those little circles in a sandwich bag, and I use them for like omelets and stuff like later on, and it works out perfect. And then go and get yourself a pot on the stove, medium to high heat, with a little bit of olive oil. Now we're going to go ahead and sweat our veggies. So we're going to start off with our onion. So go ahead and throw those onions in there, salt and pepper, and then give them a good stir. And then we're going to leave them for about 5 to 6 minutes for them to turn completely translucent. And then throw your garlic in. You don't need that to cook as long, just 1 to 2 minutes. And then go ahead and throw in that ground sausage. And you just want to get it browned until it's not pink anymore. Don't overcook this. I do feel like I might have cooked this a little too long, especially since we're going to cook it for longer. So just kind of undercook it at this stage. But now you would add in your quinoa and some tomato paste. And once we give that a good stir, then we're going to add in some water. And you're going to give that a good stir, and you're just going to let that cook down for like 10 to 15 minutes, you guys. That is it. Wow, you guys, I feel like such an idiot right now. As I was just about to say this next part, I realized I've been saying quinoa this whole time. That's couscous. I'm sure you can use quinoa too, but that is couscous that we cooked. So I don't know. Don't take recipe advice from me. I don't know. Look, put a grain in there, okay? It came with couscous. I guess, like I said, you can use quinoa, but that's what it was. Sorry, it was couscous. And that was so... It was so good, you guys. The combination of the sausage and the flavor, like you saw how quick that was. All we did was use onion and garlic and tomato paste and salt and pepper and sausage. Like, it's very, very simple. But once it was done and the peppers were roasted, I stuck the peppers in the oven to get like tender and soft the whole time that we were making that inside filling. And then once the filling was done, the peppers were done. So I just went ahead and filled them, topped it with mozzarella, and then threw it under the broiler for like 3 to 5 minutes till it got all bubbly and cheesy. And you guys, this was dynamite. You needed 2 pieces, and then you were stuffed but not overstuffed. Like, the couscous was light, the sausage was just enough, the pepper was so good with the salt and the pepper and the olive oil on the outside, and so super cheesy. It was so yummy. And while I was cooking that, I was in the middle of meal prepping as well. Like, I didn't film any of this meal prep. This is just stuff that I was doing inside of the house. Like, I was trying to multitask while I was cooking some lunch. lunch. I made some of the Mrs. Jones chicken sausage and put that in a Tupperware so the kids can pick on that for breakfast. Here was all the leftover, like I ate it that day for lunch, and then I put the rest in a Tupperware so that I could eat on it for the rest of the week. This was the left of the filling, and Jake loved it so much. He's not a huge cooked pepper fan, but he ate that entire container of the sausage sauce and quinoa. And then here was all of our fresh fruit. I had some blackberries and raspberries washed and put in a container in between 2 pieces of paper towel. And then same thing with the strawberries. They were washed and dried and put between 2 pieces of paper towel. And then I do the same thing with blueberries. I don't put a paper towel on the top of those. It's not really necessary as long as they air dry and there's 1 piece in there. That's really all you need, but the other ones are a lot more porous. But that was it for that recipe, you guys, and you need to give it a try. And if you want to try every plate, my link is always in the description box. They're running crazy deals for Christmas right now, so go ahead and check them out. All right, so this is a lunch that I gave to hubby just this past week on Monday. That is a sandwich that was left over from Mason's birthday party. I made a bunch of hero sandwiches and cut them up, and this was a turkey with American cheese, lettuce, and mayo, and I just wrapped that in wax paper for him, and then I gave him a small mandarin orange. I gave him one of the Great Value mini alphabet cookies. They're so good. They're just like shortbread butter cookies. He has some of the Ruffles cheddar and sour cream potato chips, and then he has one of those sugar cookie toast crunch, like it's almost like a Rice Krispie treat, but it's made with cinnamon toast crunch, but not regular cinnamon toast crunch, the sugar cookie toast crunch, which is from Christmas time. Believe it or not, Maya said she did not like it. Everybody else seemed to like it. I had it. I felt like it was overwhelmingly sweet because it has a little bit of frosting on it, but Maya was not a fan. And then this is the lunch that I actually gave him to go off of work to today. I had some leftover everything bread. You guys, I went to make Darryl his Philly cheesesteak sandwich, and I cooked everything, the peppers, the onions, the steak, everything was all done. And I had to use the bathroom. I left everything out, and I said, you guys, don't let Bruno in. He's outside. If you let him in, he's going to eat dinner. What they do, they forgot, they let him in, and he ate my freaking dinner. So we had an entire loaf of everything bread defrosted that we didn't have the shaved delicious steak from Trader Joe's and peppers and onions to put on top of it. There is absolutely no reason to waste everything bread. So I just decided to use it for my husband's lunches instead. And so I just went to Sam's Club and I got some of their honey turkey. And so I put some honey turkey on some bread with some lettuce, mayo, sliced white American cheese. And we actually had some bacon left over from our Sunday breakfast. So I put a little bit of bacon on there for him, and I cut the end piece. And then I also cut that diagonal so it's easier for him to eat. It's not exactly little sandwiches, but it'll do. He has a Gatorade. He has one of those chewy protein bars. Again, the chocolate peanut butter. I gave him this little snack treat thing, and it has some of those Fannie Mae's, the s'mores, but the peppermint, and then 1 peppermint Milano, and then 1 of the chocolate truffles from our little calendar, because I keep opening it every day for my coffee intros, but I want hubby to be able to indulge in some of those things too. And then he also took a bag of some goldfish. We had some colored goldfish. Maya went shopping with Darryl, and that was one of the items that she picked out, but I knew he would love it. And then I also gave him a bag of some blueberries. Darryl definitely loves when he's working to just pick on fruit like that, like blueberries or raspberries or whatever. But all right, you guys, that was it. Pretty short and sweet today. But again, I'm on like a computer dump. I want to be able to have a completely empty computer with anything I've filmed this year and share it with you guys so that starting January 1st, we can do a really clean slate. I want to be able to clean out the fridge and freezers with you guys in the beginning of the year, and we're going to meal prep, and we're going to inventory, and we're going to get everything ready so that we can go into the new year like set up for success. January is going to be a little crazy, you guys. Once we get back from school, then we leave to go to New York and stuff, and so once we get back, then it's like putting away Christmas between gifts and all of the decorations and stuff. So it is definitely a lot, but I hope you will enjoy whatever I'm able to share each step of the way. So thank you guys so much for watching another Vlogmas video. Subscribe if you are new. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye guys.